Good day and good evening, and thank you for standing by. Welcome to HUYA's fourth quarter and fiscal year 2023 earnings webinar. I am Hanyu Liu from HUYA's Investor Relations. At this time, all participants are in listen-only mode. Please be advised that today's webinar is being recorded. The company's financial and operational results were issued earlier today and are posted online. You can also view the earnings press release by visiting the IR website at ir.huya.com. A replay of the call will be available on the IR website in a few hours. Participants of management on today's call will be Mr. Junhong Huang, HUYA's Acting Co-CEO and Senior Vice President, and Ms. Ashley Wu, Acting Co-CEO and Vice President of Finance. Management will begin with prepared remarks, and the call will conclude with a Q&A session. Before we continue, please note that today's discussion will contain forward-looking statements made under the safe harbor provisions of the U.S. Private Securities Litigation Reform Act of 1995. Forward-looking statements involve inherent risks and uncertainties. As such, the company's results may be materially different from the views expressed today. Further information regarding this and other risks and uncertainties is included in the company's prospectus and other public filings as filed with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The company does not assume any obligation to update any forward-looking statements except as required under applicable law. Please also note that HUYA's earnings press release and this conference call include discussions of unaudited GAAP financial information, as well as unaudited non-GAAP financial measures. HUYA's press release contains a reconciliation of the unaudited non-GAAP measures to the unaudited most directly comparable GAAP measures. With that, I am pleased to turn the call over to our Acting Co-CEO and SVP, Mr. Huang. Please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining our earnings conference. Today, I'd like to share an overview of our recent performance and business development and technology offerings and overseeing initiatives, as well as our corporate social responsibility efforts. 2023 marked a year of transformation for HUYA. We launched a strategic plan to transition our commercialization focus toward game-related services and expand our presence in the game industry. I'm pleased to report that we have made great strides in this area, while also strengthening our core capabilities to maintain our leadership and competitiveness in the game live streaming industry. Against the backdrop of challenging macro and industry environment and this proactive business adjustment, we experienced revenue decline this year. However, we achieved a turnaround on the margin side, posting a non-GAAP net income of RMB 119 million for the full year, as we continue to optimize cost and improve operational efficiency. We also kept our user community engaged through our extensive content and service offerings, with HUYA Live's average mobile MAUs holding steady year over year at 84.1 million for full year 2023. Next, a brief update on our strategic transformation. Our main goal for 2023 was to build the business infrastructure required to support our new game-related service and to establish cooperation with related game studios. We have largely completed this work, including upgrading the Game Center module, developing and integrating the in-game item mall function, and optimizing account binding with related games. We have also begun cooperating with various major game titles to provide distribution and promotion service, as well as in-game virtual item sale service on our platform. Although revenues from game-related service was modest in 2023 as we were in preparatory phase, we saw encouraging signs of growth in the fourth quarter, and expect that trend to strengthen in 2024. We are confident that game-related service will continue to scale as we add newly launched and existing titles and ramp up public participation from our broadcasters. Revenues from our advertising and other segments increased 41% quarter-over-quarter and 29% year-over-year in the fourth quarter, primarily driven by game-related service contribution. Our recent efforts in the promotion and distribution of an early awaited new game, Dreamstar, clearly demonstrate our game-related service capabilities as well as this business' vast potential. We conducted a comprehensive promotional campaign loaded with innovative features, resulting in industry-leading levels in terms of promotional performance and the number of reservations and downloads through our channel during the game's launch period. Specifically, we invited popular broadcasters on our platform to stream their gameplay and rewarded live stream viewers with visual Dreamstar gift packs through our unique interactive gift drop feature. We also created a Dreamstar pre-order and download area in our game center and provided broadcasters with commission-generating reservation links to place on their channels, incentivizing their participation while boosting user pre-orders. Meanwhile, users who downloaded the game through our platform received exclusive in-game props and other gifts provided by both Dreamstar and HUYA. In addition, we held cross-platform entertainment competition incentivized the creation of gameplay delivered videos and organized activities for broadcasters to design exclusive game maps, all of which effectively expanded this new game's reach on our platform. As a live streaming platform primarily serving the game vertical, HUYA provides a more professional, more feature-rich game streaming experience than non-dedicated platforms. We are committed to further differentiating our superior game live streaming platform and continue to drive progress through tech innovation. For instance, we currently leveraging deep game data and our proprietary large language model trained on data from our platform streaming content and 270 million bullet chats to enhance the traditional live streaming viewing mode with real-time analysis and interaction based on game content and events. This immersive upgrade makes game live streaming content more professional and entertaining, boosting engagement across the board. For example, in our current Honor of King live streams, our AI tech can help streamers dynamically generate customized commentary based on real-time information, such as game battle status and weapon used. In addition, viewers can use our AI intelligent editing function to instantly capture and replay broadcasters' best moves, increasing users' sense of participation. Turning now to our overseas expansion, we view our overseas initiatives as strategically important, providing revenue diversification while supporting our overall growth as we capitalize on opportunities arising from the overseas activities of Chinese game companies. In December 2023, we acquired a 100% equity interest in a global mobile application service provider. In line with our strategic transformation, this acquisition is intended to enhance our game promotion and distribution capabilities in international markets. It will also create synergies with our overseas game live streaming platforms, Nimo TV, empowering better utilization of localized resources and improving efficiency. Lastly, as a part of our corporate social responsibility efforts, we continue to expand our portfolio of content with positive social impact through our live streaming plus model, connecting online interactions and offline activities. In 2023, more than 4,600 broadcasters contributed a total of over 50,000 streaming hours of positive social impact content to our platform, covering areas such as cybersecurity, education, minor protection, and rural revitalization to complement our game and entertainment programming. We leverage our innovative technology and brand awareness to increase this content's influence, enhancing our platform's healthy atmosphere. Going forward, HUYA will remain committed to upholding its corporate social responsibility and contributing to the healthy development of the live streaming industry. Looking ahead to 2024, we face the rapidly changing market conditions and that present both challenges and opportunities. We will continue to solidify our core live streaming business and actively promote the development of game-related service to expand our business and revenue streams. As we steadily implement our strategic transformation plan, we remain confident in our future business prospects. With that, I will now turn the call over to our acting co-CEO and VP of Finance, Ashley Wu, to share more details on our results. Ashley, please go ahead.
Thank you, Vincent, and hello, everyone. I'll provide some updates on our operating metrics and financials. Overall, we maintain a stable user base in the fourth quarter. We continue to engage users in rich game and esports content during the period, particularly some major esports tournaments, while upgrading interactive features to enhance the viewing experience. HUYA Live mobile MAUs for the fourth quarter of 2023 was 85.5 million, flat compared with the same period last year, and slightly lower compared with the summer season's higher base. On the other hand, as we developed more innovative game-related services, more users started to pay for these new services in the fourth quarter, driving a slight sequential increase in HUYA Live's paying users for the fourth quarter to 4.3 million, despite a decrease in live streaming products and services paying users. Turning to our professional content enrichment. On the licensed content front, we broadcasted over 70 third-party professional esports tournaments in the fourth quarter of 2023, with a total viewership of over 360 million. As we have become more selective in licensing tournaments, we will continue to improve the ROI and content utilization efficiency of these events by enhancing event experience and related operational activities. A variety of year-end events, including the LOL Worlds, the Honor of Kings International Championship, and Challenging Cup, the Crossfire CFS Grand Finals, and the PUBG Mobile Global Championship, attracted broad user attention. The Valorant China Evolutional Series also gained traction on our platform as Valorant's esports events continue to develop. Notably, our coverage of this year's LOL Worlds 2023, one of the most influential esports events in the world, demonstrated our vast content enhancement capabilities. We once again maintain our leading market share of this event's viewership, with several of its key viewing metrics on our platform improving compared to the previous edition. HUYA has broadcasted this event for 6 consecutive years, gradually increasing our users' awareness of the brand and cultivating a strong habit of watching it on HUYA's platform among the professional esports audience. To provide best-in-class broadcast quality, this year, we continue to focus on upgrading users' viewing and interactive experiences, introducing enhanced features such as 120 FPS high frame rate video quality, an AI camera for taking live scene photos, and our game watching assistant. In addition, we boosted user attention and engagement through a combination of online and offline operational activities and our self-produced commentary programs, such as Wushu S13. In terms of self-produced content, we broadcasted nearly 30 self-organized esports tournaments and entertainment PGC shows in the fourth quarter, with a total viewership of approximately 120 million. Among these events, League of Legends HUYA platform qualifier for Demacia Cup and Peacekeeper Elite MNC Challenge match were quite popular. For our in-house developed IPs, we will focus on producing their feature content and expanding its reach through cross-platform and cross-category collaborations. In December, we hosted the first event in our village game series, the Lianghe Village Game for Honor of Kings in Lianghe County, Yunnan Province. The village game series represents our first foray into building a rural esports tournament brand. With county government support, this event attracted massive attention among local communities, bringing together people of all ages and more than 300 teams to compete. Our event integrated esports with traditional cultural activities, successfully expanding the influence of esports content among local audience, while also promoting the local culture. Honor of Kings, named this Lianghe Village Game, is best authorized esports tournament in 2023, a powerful testament to our tournament and brand building capabilities. Let's move on to our Q4 financial details. First, I would like to point out that because our December acquisition of the mobile application service provider is a business combination under common control, we have consolidated the financials of the acquired business on a retrospective basis from the first quarter of 2022. Therefore, on this call and in the earnings release, we have included its results in our fourth quarter and full year 2023 figures, and retrospectively adjusted the financials from the comparable period of 2022 to reflect the changes. Our total net revenues were RMB 1.53 billion for Q4, compared with RMB 2.12 billion for the same period last year. Live streaming revenues were RMB 1.34 billion for Q4, compared with RMB 1.98 billion for the same period last year, primarily due to the soft macro and industry environment and our proactive business adjustments to support our strategic transformation and prudent operations. Advertising and other revenues were RMB 186 million for Q4, compared with RMB 144 million for the same period last year, primarily due to increased revenues from game advertising and distribution services. Cost of revenues decreased by 37% year-over-year to RMB 1.51 billion for Q4, primarily due to decreased revenue sharing fees and content cost, as well as bandwidth cost. Revenue sharing fees and content cost decreased by 39% year-over-year to RMB 1.32 billion for Q4, primarily due to the decrease in revenue sharing fees associated with the decline in live streaming revenues, as well as lower costs related to esports content and content creators. I'd also like to point out that our content spending for Q4, while meaningfully lower year-over-year as a result of our cost optimization efforts, was still higher than in Q3. This was primarily due to the cost related to some large events, particularly the content cost booked for LOL World 2023. Bandwidth cost decreased by 19% year-over-year to RMB 82 million for Q4. This was primarily due to improved bandwidth cost management, favorable pricing terms, and continued technology enhancement efforts. Gross profit was RMB 15 million, and gross margin was 1% for Q4. Excluding share-based compensation expenses, non-GAAP gross profit was RMB 15 million, and non-GAAP gross margin was 1% for Q4. Research and development expenses decreased by 6% year-over-year to RMB 137 million for Q4, primarily due to decreased share-based compensation expenses. Sales and marketing expenses decreased by 11% year-over-year to RMB 113 million for Q4, primarily due to decreased personnel-related expenses. General and administrative expenses increased by 18% year-over-year to RMB 100 million for Q4, primarily due to provisions and increased professional service fees, partially offset by decreased share-based compensation expenses. Other income was RMB 13 million for Q4, compared with RMB 44 million for the same period last year, primarily due to lower indirect tax refunds and government subsidies. As a result, operating loss was RMB 322 million for Q4, compared with RMB 581 million for the same period last year. Interest and short-term investments income was RMB 129 million for Q4, compared with RMB 102 million for the same period last year, primarily due to increased interest rates and improved management of deposit products. Net loss attributable to HUYA Inc. was RMB 275 million for Q4, compared with RMB 563 million for the same period last year. Excluding the share-based compensation expenses, impairment loss of goodwill and investments, and amortization of intangible assets from business combination acquisitions, net of income taxes. Non-GAAP net loss attributable to HUYA Inc. was RMB 190 million for Q4, compared with RMB 439 million for the same period last year. Non-GAAP net loss margin was 12.4% for Q4. Diluted net loss per ADS was RMB 1.14 for Q4. Non-GAAP diluted net loss per ADS was RMB 0.79 for Q4. As of December 31st, 2023, the company had cash and cash equivalents, short-term deposits, and long-term deposits of RMB 9.9 billion, compared with RMB 10.7 billion as of September 30, 2023. Moving on to our full year 2023 results. Total net revenues were approximately RMB 7 billion for 2023, compared with RMB 9.26 billion for the prior period. Live streaming revenues were RMB 6.45 billion for 2023, compared with RMB 8.2 billion for the prior period. Advertising and other revenues were RMB 544 million for 2023, compared with RMB 1.07 billion for the prior year. Nevertheless, we achieved a meaningful year-over-year profitability improvement across the board. Non-GAAP gross profit was RMB 831 million, and non-GAAP gross margin was 11.9% for 2023. Non-GAAP net income attributable to HUYA Inc. was RMB 119 million, and non-GAAP net margin was 1.7% for 2023. Non-GAAP diluted net income per ADS was RMB 0.48 for 2023. For additional details on our full year 2023 financial results, I encourage listeners to refer to our earnings press release issued earlier today. Finally, let me provide an update on our capital allocation. Under our up to $100 million share repurchase program that began in August 2023, we have repurchased 9.2 million ADS with a total aggregated consideration of $28.8 million as of the end of 2023. In addition, I'm pleased to announce the declaration of a special cash dividend totaling approximately $150 million for our shareholders. We will remain committed to enhancing shareholder returns and creating long-term shareholder value. With that, I would now like to open the call to your questions.
Thanks, Ashley, and hello, everyone. If you are dialing in by phone, please press 5 to ask a question, then press 6 to unmute yourself. If you're accessing the call from the Tencent meeting or VoLTE meeting applications, please click the raise hand button at the bottom left. For the benefit of all participants on today's call, if you wish to ask your question to management in Chinese, please immediately repeat your question in English. Today's first question comes from Lei Zhang from Bank of America Securities. Lei, your line is open. Please go ahead.
嗨，管理层晚上好，谢谢接受我的提问，然后也恭喜发了这个 special dividend。然后我的问题主要是关于2024年的 outlook 的，可以请管理层分享一下我们怎么看24年用户跟收入的趋势，还有我们这个新业务对整体的这个24年的一个影响。谢谢，我自己翻译一下。 Thanks management for taking my question. Congrats on the launch of special dividend. And my question is mainly about 2024 outlook in terms of user and revenue. And can you give us more color on the impact from your new business? Thank you.
OK， 那我先来回答一下刚刚磊章的这个问题。我先从用户方面吧，就是2023年第4季度和全年的这个虎牙直播的移动端 MAU， 我们都和前期是保持一个持平的一个状态。那一方面呢，我们降低了营销和渠道的这个推广的支出，更精细的筛选了电竞赛事的内容。那2023年上半年呢，也一定程度上受到了用户线下活动增加的这些不利的影响。但是在另外一方面，我们也持续提升对于电竞赛事的这个运营能力和优质内容的这个使用效率，同时升级互动功能，提升观看的整体的体验，来提升用户的整个的参与度。那因此我们整体保持了整个用户群体的稳定。
Vincent taking the question first. On the user front, our HUYA Live mobile MAUs in Q4 and for the full year 2023 were generally flat compared to prior periods. On one hand, we lowered our marketing and channel promotion spending and were more selective with our esports content offering. The first half of 2023 was also negatively impacted to some extent by the increase in offline activities from our users. On the other hand, we continue to enhance our operational capabilities around esports events and improve the efficiency of utilizing quality content, while also upgrading interactive features to improve viewing experience and user engagement levels. As a result, we were able to maintain an overall stable user case.
OK， 那2024年呢，我们也将继续巩固虎牙的整个核心用户群体。那对于现有的用户进行更好的运营，并触及更多高质量的游戏玩家。那同时我们也将通过更丰富的游戏相关的服务，吸引用户付费。例如 Q4 用户在游戏道具等付费的这个驱动整体付费用户的这个总量呢，较 Q3 有所上涨。这说明了我们在这方面是初见成效的。
For 2024, we'll continue to solidify HUYA's core user base, better operate our existing users, and also reach more high-quality gamers. At the same time, we will aim to attract more paying users through enriched game-related services. For example, user payments for in-game virtual items in Q4 drove an increase in total paying users compared to Q3, indicating some initial success in this area.
好的，那我来回答一下收入方面的问题。那在直播收入方面，第4季度我们受到了由于战略转型、内部资源分配变化，还有更加谨慎运营带来的业务调整带来的一个完整季度的影响，以及持续较弱的行业环境，那直播收入有一定的下滑。2024年第1季度由于受到传统的直播开播淡季的影响，那直播收入会经历一些季节性的波动。目前来看，我们看到直播收入趋势会开始企稳，并且希望后续季度能够逐步恢复到稳定的状态。
Answer from Ashley. In terms of live streaming revenues, we saw a decline in Q4 due to the full quarter impact from business adjustment driven by strategic transition and shifts in internal resources allocation, as well as from the continued weak industry environment. For the year 2024, live streaming revenues will experience some seasonal fluctuations in Q1 due to the traditional low season. Currently, we are seeing live streaming revenue trends starting to stabilize, and we hope that they can gradually recover to a steady state in the subsequent quarters.
那在广告和其他收入方面，尽管游戏相关服务业务还处于初期的阶段，那广告和其他收入在 Q4 也取得了显著增长，环比增长 41%， 同比增长 29%， 尤其是受到游戏广告和分发收入的拉动。 在2024年，随着我们为更多游戏提供更多分发、推广和道具销售的服务，以及更多平台主播的加入，我们有信心广告和其他的收入可以有更快的增长。
On the advertising and other revenues, despite the game-related services business still being at an early stage, we achieved significant growth of 41% quarter-over-quarter and 29% year-over-year in Q4, particularly driven by game advertising and distribution revenues. In the coming year, as we offer more distribution, promotion, and virtual item sales services to more games, coupled with more broadcasters joining our platform, we're confident that advertising and other revenues can achieve faster growth.
Thank you. And our next question comes from Yiwen Zhang from China Renaissance. Yiwen, please go ahead.
关于谢谢接受我的提问。我的问题是关于咱们2024年的内容策略的，想请教一下，在目前的一个市场竞争格局下，公司是决定如何保持一个竞争能力？谢谢。So thanks for taking my question. My question is regarding our content strategy in 2024. So under current market dynamics, how will the company plan to maintain competitive edge? Thank you.
OK， 那由我来回答这个问题。那目前虎牙我们整体的内容策略还是比较稳定的但是在当前快速变化的这个市场环境和竞争格局中，我们也会持续优化策略，进行动态调整。主播内容是虎牙平台内容的重要组成部分，我们将持续构建有影响力的主播生态，并通过和游戏厂商合作来提升主播商业化的来源和能力，增强平台对主播的吸引力。那同时呢，我们也在积极探索 AIGC 的应用，我们为主播提供的基于 AI 技术的工具，能够帮助降低主播的开播门槛，提升内容生产效率和质量。
Our overall content strategy remains relatively stable currently. We will continue to optimize and dynamically adjust it given the rapid changing market environment and competitive landscape. Broadcaster content is an important component to our offerings, and we'll continue building an ecosystem of influential broadcasters working with game publishers to enhance broadcasters' commercialization opportunities and capabilities, and strengthening our platform's appeal to the broadcasters. At the same time, we are actively exploring the application of AIGC, and the AI-powered tools we provide can help lower the entry barriers for broadcasting while improving the content production efficiency and quality.
OK， 在专业内容方面呢，虎牙有全面的版权赛事和成熟的自办赛体系，能够为用户带来更多高质量的电竞内容。具体而言，我们更加注重赛事 ROI 的情况下面，我们在2024年将继续覆盖各项主流的电竞赛事，包括 LPL、KPL、PEL 等联赛。同时呢，会加强赛事的专业运营能力，并注重衍生内容的创造。大型电竞赛事直播中的用户体验是关键性的。虎牙不但拥有行业一流的音视频技术，并且在持续迭代升级。例如，在英雄联盟 S13 中，我们新增了直播行业领先的120 FPS 高帧率的画质功能。
For professional content, HUYA has a comprehensive portfolio of licensed esports events and a mature system of self-produced tournaments, enabling us to bring more high-quality esports content to users. Especially with an increased focus on ROI for the events in 2024, we'll continue to cover major mainstream esports tournaments, including LPL, KPL, PEL, and others. We will also strengthen our professional event operations capabilities while emphasizing on the creation of derivative content. User experience during large sports events broadcasts is crucial, and not only does HUYA possess industry-leading audio-video technologies, but we are also continuously iterating and upgrading them. For example, for the League of Legends S13 tournaments, we introduced an industry-leading 120 FPS high frame rate video quality feature for the live stream.
虎牙的自办赛事也是专业内容的重要组成部分。我们将继续巩固虎牙的自有 IP 矩阵，提升自办赛事和活动的影响力，打造有特色的自制内容。值得一提的是，我们将电竞和乡村文化相结合，在政府的支持下，通过虎牙自办的乡村电竞赛事，助力全民电竞的推广。去年12月举办的梁河春 Game 是我们春 Game 的系列赛的第一站，比赛获得当地群众的关注和踊跃参赛。这项比赛呢，同时也获得王者荣耀官方授予的2023年度最佳王者荣耀授权电竞赛事的殊荣。这也印证了虎牙赛事的高品质、高专业度。
HUYA's self-produced tournaments are also an important part of our professional content offerings, and will continue solidifying our own IP metrics and enhancing the influence of our own tournaments and events to create distinctive proprietary content. It is worth mentioning that we combine esports with rural culture and with government support, promote esports for all through HUYA's self-produced rural esports events. The Lianghe Village Game events held in December last year was the first stop of our Village Game series, garnering attention and enthusiastic participation from local residents. This tournament was also awarded the Honor of King Best Authorized Esports Tournament in 2023 by the game officially, attesting to the high quality and professionalism of HUYA's tournaments.
虎牙作为以游戏为核心的内容直播平台，多年来呢已经培养了游戏的品牌和认知，平台聚集了高质量的游戏用户，形成专业游戏内容的社区。因此，虎牙也能够提供相较非垂类的平台功能更丰富的游戏直播体验，并且我们也致力于通过技术产品升级，带来更具差异化的这个体验。例如，通过虎牙和游戏厂商更深的合作和游戏深度数据打通，以及基于海量弹幕数据的虎牙自研大语言模型，我们可以将传统直播间的看播模式升级为更为沉浸式的基于游戏内容和事件的实时解说和互动模式，让游戏直播内容更加专业和有趣。
As a live streaming platform primarily serving the gaming vertical, HUYA gathered high-quality game users and cultivated strong brand awareness through our community by providing a more professional, more feature-rich game streaming experiences than non-dedicated platforms. We are committed to further differentiating our superior game live streaming platform and continue to drive progress through tech innovation. For instance, we are currently leveraging deep game data and our proprietary large language model (LLM) trained on data from our platform streaming content and bullet chats to enhance the traditional live streaming viewing mode with real-time analysis and interaction based on game content events. This immersive upgrade makes game streaming content more professional and more entertaining.
除了上述的这些方面之外呢，加强和各大平台和产品的合作，也是我们在2024年的一项重要的策略。在整体更加开放的环境中，这些合作呢将为虎牙带来更多的发展的机遇，并增强竞争力。这不但包括我们目前与腾讯旗下 PCG 各个部门，包括 QQ 浏览器和腾讯视频等产品的加深互通和联动，以及和 IEG 部门的整个多项业务的紧密配合，还包括跟其他直播和视频平台进行内容和运营方面的合作。例如，今年2月份，我们主办了新春的电竞全明星活动，并且联动其他3个主要的直播平台，取得不错的反响。从长远来看呢，这不仅帮助我们的内容能够触及更广泛的这个用户群，为现有的用户带来更丰富的内容，也更将有助于虎牙平台规模和影响力的提升。
In addition to the above, Strengthening collaborations with various platforms and products is an important strategy for us in 2024. In an overall more open environment, these collaborations will bring more development opportunities and enhance HUYA's competitiveness. This includes not only deepening interconnectivity and cooperations with Tencent's PCG products, such as QQ and Tencent Video, as well as close collaborations with the IEG business units, but also content and operational partnerships with other live streaming and video platforms. For example, in February this year, we hosted a New Year Esports All-Star event that was co-streamed across 3 other major live streaming platforms with good reception. In the long run, this will not only help our content reach a wider user base and bring more enriched offerings to existing users, but will also contribute to enhancing HUYA's scale and influence.
Thank you. And our next question comes from Richie Sun from HSBC. Richie, please go ahead.
谢谢管理层接受我的提问。我想了解一下公司今年的控费计划的。管理层对2024年的成本、费用趋势和利润率有什么预期？谢谢。Thank you, management, for taking my question. I would like to understand more on the cost control plan in this year. What's management expectation on cost, operating expense, and margin this year? Thank you.
好的，谢谢 Richard 的提问。我来回答一下这个问题。我们在2023年持续进行降本增效，并且致力于优化成本和费用的支出，提升运营效率。那在2023年第四季度出现亏损，主要是受到内容成本的季节性影响，因为有一些成本较高的大型赛事，比如 H13在 Q4 的发生。不过同比起2022年同期，受到赛事和主播成本以及带宽等成本下降的驱动，第四季度的毛利水平有显著提升，整体亏损也有所减少。那从全年来看，尽管我们的收入有所下降，收入分成和内容成本同比降低 29%， 带宽成本同比降低 33%， 毛利率从2022年的 7.1% 提升到 11.7%。同时，我们在销售、研发和管理这3项费用都取得了节约，总的运营费用同比下降 13.9%。因此2023年HUYA的运营亏损有所缩窄，并且在 non-GAAP 净利润实现扭亏为盈，达到 1.2 亿元。
We continued our cost optimization and efficiency enhancement efforts in 2023 to better manage our costs and expenses and improve operational efficiency. The loss in Q4 2023 was mainly due to the seasonal impact of content costs, as some larger and more costly tournaments like S13 took place in Q4. However, driven by declines in events and broadcaster costs as well as bandwidth costs compared to the same period in 2022, we saw a significant improvement in gross margin profits for Q4, with overall losses also narrowing year over year. For the full year, despite our revenue decline, revenue share and content costs decreased by 29% year over year. Bandwidth costs decreased by 33%, and gross margin improved from 7.1% in 2022 to 11.7% in 2023. Meanwhile, we achieved cost savings across all 3 operating expenses items, i.e. sales, R&D, and G&A, with total OPEX down by 13.1% year over year. As a result, HUYA's operating cost loss narrowed in 2023, where we achieved non-GAAP net profitability of approximately RMB 120 million.
2024年在成本方面， 我们继续通过严格的 ROI 分析和优化成本投资策略，努力实现在赛事成本和主播相对固定的签约成本的进一步优化。游戏相关服务业务由于还在比较初期，它的毛利还在逐步趋向稳定的状态，不过毛利率还是会比直播板块会高一些的。那随着毛利率较高的游戏相关服务业务的逐步增长，以及其占总收入比例的提升，我们预计整体毛利率将较2023年有所增长。在运营方面，我们也继续保持谨慎支出，尤其是在销售费用以及人力成本方面。基于目前的计划，我们有信心在2024年取得盈利，利润指标较2023年有所提升。
In 2024, in terms of costs, we'll continue to strive for further optimization of event costs and relatively fixed signing costs for broadcasters through a strict ROI analysis and optimized content investment strategies. As the game-related service business is still in its early stage, its gross profit margin is gradually stabilizing, but it will still be slightly higher than the live streaming segment. With the gradual growth of the game-related services business, which has a higher gross profit margin, and the increase in its proportion of total revenue, we expect the overall gross profit margin to increase compared to 2023. In terms of operations, we will also continue to maintain prudent spending, especially in the sales expenses and labor costs. Based on our current plans, we are confident in achieving profitability in 2024, with profit indicators improving compared to 2023.
Thank you. Now we will take our last question today from Thomas Chong from Jefferies. Thomas, please go ahead.
感谢管理层接受我的提问。我的问题是公司目前的资金情况和现金使用的策略。我自己翻译一下。Thanks management for taking my question. My question is about our capital situation and the strategy of cash usage. Thanks.
好的，谢谢菲昂娜的问题。那截止到2023年底，虎牙持有现金以及现金等价物和存款共计近14亿美元。那这个金额呢，较去年9月底发生了一些变动，主要是在于年底的一个业务并购以及我们在股票回购上面的一些支出。那从分布上来说，我们持有的超过一半的资金是境外的美元资金。
As of the end of 2023, HUYA held nearly $1.4 billion in cash equivalents, and deposits. The change in the amount compared to the end of this September last year was mainly due to the business mergers and acquisitions and stock repurchase expenditures at the end of the year. In terms of distribution, majority of our cash equivalents, and deposits are held in our offshore accounts in US dollars.
那我们在刚才也有提到，预计2024年的盈利水平对比23年会有进一步提升的空间。我们也预计会实现全年正向的一个经营性现金流。因此，我们将持续拥有充足的现金储备，可以良好的支持各项业务的发展。同时，我们也会审慎的考虑虎牙生态链上下游的潜在的投资机会，以增强公司的竞争力。在拥有健康的资产负债表和现金储备的情况之下，公司董事会和管理层希望能够更加有效率的使用现金，增强投资者回报，传递长期的发展信心。
As we mentioned earlier, we expect the profitability level in 2024 to have further room for improvement compared to the year before. And we also expect to achieve positive operating cash flow for the full year. Therefore, we'll continue to have sufficient cash reserves to well support the development of our business. At the same time, we will continue to carefully consider potential investment opportunities upstream and downstream of HUYA's ecosystem to enhance the company's competitiveness. With a healthy balance sheet and cash reserves, the company's board of directors and management hope to use cash more efficiently, enhancing investor returns and convey long-term development confidence.
在我们去年8月宣布的1亿美元回购计划中，截止到12月底，我们已经回购了价值2880万美元的HUYA股票。那在今年第一季度，我们也积极继续的进行回购。那我们今天也很高兴的宣布，HUYA历史上首次派息，为回馈长期支持我们的股东，这次特别现金股息共计约1.5亿美元，每 ADS 或者普通股为0.66美元股息。未来我们也会持续探索提升资金使用效率和回馈股东的方式。
In the $100 million repurchase plan we announced last August, as of the end of December, we have repurchased $28.8 million worth of HUYA stock, and we have continued to actively repurchase in the first quarter of this year. Today, we are also pleased to announce our first ever dividend payout of 66 cents per ADS or per ordinary share, constituting a special cash dividend totaling at $150 million for our long-time supportive shareholders. In the future, we will continue to explore ways to improve the efficiency of capital utilization and return to our shareholders.
Thank you. Thank you once again for joining us today. If you have further questions, please feel free to contact HUYA's Investor Relations through the contact information provided on our website or Piacente Financial Communications. This concludes today's call, and we look forward to speaking to you again next quarter. Thank you. Bye-bye.